Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Open to a swap. Russian President Vladimir Putin speaks, saying 2 Americans could be released by the U.S. We'll have to listen to his conditions and make a satisfactory offer, though, first.
We're going to start right there at noon, everybody. Russia's president addressing the public on several topics at a conference today.
And a big issue was the 2 prisoners still being detained in Russia. Putin says that Russia and the United States have been discussing terms on when they could come home. Our Sean Lay picks up the story from there.
And here at noon, we went to detail every word Russian President Vladimir Putin said about Paul Whelan and his possible release. Here's what we know right now. Russian President Vladimir Putin answering questions about 2 Americans jailed in Russia and accused of spying on Russia. One U.S. citizen, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich. He's been held in Russia since last March, but since 2018, Novi native Paul Whelan has been held in a Russian prison work camp. Russia continues to insist that Whelan was collecting sensitive data about Russia. Whelan was in Russia working a corporate security job. His family fears Whelan is losing hope as the years go by, and they're asking what the State Department or President Biden are doing to bring these men home. Whelan's family says Paul feels like the U.S. has abandoned him. Reporters Wednesday asking Russian President Vladimir Putin if and when plans are made to release Gershkovich and Whelan. Putin spoke, surprising many, saying he's been in talks with the U.S. about the release of the 2. His answer through a translator: "It's not like we refused to send them back. We did not. We want to make an agreement, and that agreement should be mutually accepted and satisfy both sides. We are in communication with American partners on that, and the dialogue is ongoing. It's not an easy one. I will not speak about the details now, but overall, I think we are speaking the language we both understand. I hope we will find a solution." In the meantime, we're asking for reaction from Paul Whelan's brother, David. We'll tell you exactly what he has to say when he gets back in touch with us. Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean, thank you. Local 4 is trying to learn more information on who prosecutors say murdered Detroit synagogue leader Samantha Wall.
According to police, 28-year-old Michael Jackson Bolanos broke into Wall's home on October 21st and stabbed her to death. It's believed there was no connection between Wall and Jackson Bolanos and was not a hate crime. His attorney is saying they believe police have arrested the wrong man for the second time. We'll have more information coming up on later episodes of Local 4 News. State police working to identify a woman who shot at another driver on I-94. Police say it was a road rage incident yesterday afternoon on westbound I-94 that was near I-75. A 33-year-old woman reported having an incident with another woman, and moments later she fired a shot hitting her car. The shooter never stopped. In a vote of 221 to 212, the U.S. House of Representatives passed an impeachment inquiry resolution along party lines last night.
And with the Iowa caucuses around the corner in mid-January, President Biden firing back, calling the already 3-month-long investigation a baseless political stunt. NBC's Drew Petromol is following the developments from Washington.
Republicans were highly critical when Democrats launched impeachment investigations into President Trump during his presidency. Now the tables have turned and Republicans are launching their own formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
The resolution is adopted.
On a party line vote, the Republican-led House approving a formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
We're very pleased with the vote today. I think that sent a message loud and clear to the White House. We expect you to comply with our information requests and our subpoenas.
3 months ago, House Republicans launched an investigation into Biden family business dealings after years of pushing unproven allegations. The family used President Biden's influence to profit. Much of their focus on the tumultuous life and finances of the president's son, Hunter.
For 6 years, I have been the target of the unrelenting Trump attack machine, shouting, "Where's Hunter?" Well, here's my answer. I am here.
In dramatic fashion, Hunter Biden showing up on Capitol Hill Wednesday, ready to answer questions in public, but defying a Republican subpoena for a closed-door deposition.
Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics, expose their baseless inquiry, or hear what I have to say.
Republicans say the formal impeachment inquiry gives them more power to force Hunter Biden and other officials to produce documents and answer questions on their terms.
We think it'll help us get those key individuals in to speak to us in a more timely fashion.
Democrats blasting the impeachment inquiry as an attempt to damage President Biden.
The leader of this is Donald Trump. We are doing and going through this process because Donald Trump wants to get reelected to President of the United States.
The political bickering likely a preview of what's to come heading into next year's election. The White House issuing a lengthy statement in response to the House vote. It accuses Republicans of wasting time on baseless political stunts when Congress should be passing aid for Ukraine and Israel, addressing border security, and funding the government. In Washington, I'm Drew Petromo. Back to you.
All right, Drew, thank you. The Biden administration staffer held a vigil outside of the White House yesterday, calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. Dozens of staffers with masks to conceal their identity attended this vigil. Several held a sign which read, quote, "President Biden, your staff demands a ceasefire." A former State Department official who resigned over disagreements with the administration's approach to the conflict spoke at the event on the behalf of those in attendance.
The American people and respected institutions like the United Nations are pleading for a ceasefire, but this administration has yet to listen. Our voices and the voices of the American public that we serve demand that this violence must stop.
The vigil comes after more than 700 staffers and political appointees signed a letter last month urging President Biden to support a ceasefire.
3 luxury midsize SUVs get top ratings at protecting both front and rear seat passengers during a crash.
The IIHS held the test after research showed the risk of death in new models is higher for rear passengers because improved airbags and advanced seat belts are not always available in the rear seats. All right, let's talk about them one by one. Those were videos of the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE class and the 2023 and to 2024 Lincoln Aviator, which both received the top rating of good, along with the Volvo XC60. A good rating means that there was not excessive risk of injury to the head, neck, chest, or thigh for the dummy seated in the rear seat during the crash test.
Continuing with the rear seats, the newest Cadillac XT6 got a poor rating. During the test, the rear dummy slid beneath the lap belt, causing a potential or moderate risk for head and neck injuries and a high risk of chest injuries.
Time now to talk to Ashley as we take a look outside, seeing the sunshine.
Yes, not a bad day out there, Ashley, again.
It really isn't. I mean, we're already at 43 degrees at Metro Airport, a little warmer in the city. A few thin high clouds over Metro, but overall the sun is winning out. Now, southwesterly winds at 9 miles per hour make it feel like 38 over at Metro. But check out these blue skies over the downtown skyline where we sit at 45. Howell 43, Pontiac 41, Adrian 42. So we're all reporting these low 40s with sustained winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wind chill readings are not too significant, but most of us feel like we're in the upper 30s. However, Sandusky trending a little cooler, feeling like 28 degrees, but a lot of sunshine on the map at this lunch hour. So as we map out the rest of your afternoon, sunny, milder, just a little breezy. 47 degrees is where we'll be come 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we could be easily into the upper 40s by the time we hit the afternoon high, 46, 47. Forecasted winds will be breezy as far as maybe gusts right around 16 miles per hour at 8 o'clock, but today is not the gustiest day. We'll pick up those wind speeds heading into tomorrow, which will also usher in a little more warmth, getting in the 50s and staying above average for the weekend. I'll tell you when you could possibly expect some rain showers this weekend in just a few minutes.